So last week I had my best sale of the last few years, and you guys are gonna freak out. I only paid $1 for this item, and you guys are gonna poop your pantalones when you find out how much this sold for. I know I needed a diaper change, and we're doing a fun, adventurous experiment where I'm taking a truck bed full of stuff up to two separate thrift stores, where I'm trading it in, selling this stuff to two separate thrift stores to see how much cash I can make. The experiment being, I don't know if I would have made more money selling this stuff on my own or to the thrift store, and if it works out, or if you're interested in seeing, maybe it's something that you can consider. But let's hop into it. Well, hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Pits YouTube. I know we have a lot of new faces here in these depths of YouTube, and I appreciate you all being here. My name is Kyle. I've been an online reseller for the past 14 years. I started this channel because online reselling has simply changed my life, and I wanted to share my experience, my knowledge of the past 14 years, and even a few bad jokes here and there in hopes to help some resellers out there in this magical world that we live in. So outside of eBay and a little bit of Amazon, over the past year, I've been selling a lot at consignment stores and flea markets on my own. Consignment stores, it's mostly just clothes, like lower end clothes, say some mall brands, or stuff that's super saturated, maybe $20 to $25 type retail items, where I can actually make $5 to $10 without doing much work at all at the consignment store, versus the having to list and ship and everything on eBay and making just the same or less. So consignment stores have been really valuable. Let me know if you guys have done any consignment stores on your own. Then flea markets, I've been doing really well at flea markets. I'm making over $1,000 in just a couple hours. And the stuff that I'm selling at flea markets is, again, it's a lot of the stuff that has lower retail value. Maybe it's the $5, $10, $15 items that don't really make much profit on eBay, when all things considered, by the time you send fees and shipping costs and all that. But I can still make $2, $3, $4, $5 at flea markets, and it's actually less work for me to do and make money that way. But what we're doing today is I'm bringing a lot of this stuff to thrift stores just to see an experiment of how much money I could sell everything in bulk versus having to sit and sell everything individually like you would at a flea market. So here we are at Lucky Finds Thrift up in Summerville, Georgia. Highly recommend you visit if you're nearby. This is the cart of stuff I'm selling to the thrift store. A lot of bigger stuff that certainly does sell for me at the flea market. However, a lot of flea market folks seem to be keen on buying smaller items, don't really like walking around with this big stuff. So offloading a lot of this bigger stuff to the thrift store. Keep in mind, this thrift store is owned by a friend of mine. I'm not sure if he wants every stranger on the internet who may see this video showing up at a store with stuff to buy from them. But, you know, if I'm wrong, he might comment down below in the comments section. So just keep that in mind. But the store is really cool. A lot of brand new stuff. 90% of the stuff in this store is brand new in the box. He even has a dollar bin up front. If you've been to the channel before, I'm shopping these game sections, and Ice Spice Chia Pet. Not a big fan of Ice Spice and the music, but when she has green hair in the form of a Chia Pet and it sells for 25 bucks, I suppose for this $5 price tag, I can be her fan for a day. Then I'm kind of perusing the games. This is one of my favorite things to do at any kind of thrift store or garage sale or anything. Then I find this Friends game, 10 bucks, a little bit higher than I typically would want to pay for board game. However, I can see that the reason this is 10 bucks is it's basically new, unplayed inside the box. It's obviously been open. However, it does sell for about 45 bucks on Amazon, even in collectible condition, leaving profits. I'm going to more than double my $10 investment into this game, so that's fantastic. And this thrift store also buys precious metal. So you're going to see me sell a bunch of metal to him, and you're going to be shocked at one of the things that I paid $1 for. I think it was $1 at a church sale at some point last year. And I was actually blown away by the amount of money that he paid me, which is actually, it was worth more than he paid me, obviously. But he paid me a lot of money for a single bracelet that I wasn't even sure had much value. I wasn't even sure if it was costume jewelry or not. So this bucket here is the last year or so of stuff that I found out in the wilds, thrift stores, estate sales, garage sales, and the like. This is all speculative, what I hope to be silver and gold. A lot of this stuff, obviously the sterling is often marked sterling, and some of the gold you can find has gold stamps as well.
I'm not an expert, but there is some stuff in here that I speculated on, especially if I find like a bulk sale of $10 at like a community or a church sale, and you can just buy a bucket for $10 and then hope for the best. I certainly do that. Thankfully, a lot of this stuff was authentically real. I did walk away with a handful of costume jewelry. These are candelabras. Actually, they were featured in a video of mine recently, and it's cement-filled stuff. So, I'm basically just interested in this plating, as a lot of this is cement filled or lead filled, and I'm going to break these apart as my buddy who buys this stuff, he pays a really high percentage of the melt value. So I could sell these candelabras on eBay as they are, but I actually like the price that he pays me for this stuff. So that's why I'm going to break it up and sell it to him.
This is an X-ray gun.
X-ray
How much does it cost?
This one, borderline price, new 20 grand.
20 grand. But this breaks it down and shows like exactly what something's made of.
All right, so you just put it in front of it. Simple. Pull the trigger. Bam. Here's your readout. And that's why it's sticking, is you got right there. That's how much it's actual silver. That should be like 99% on this one.
So there is actual silver in it?
Yeah, it's silver plated.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, see, 0.6, not even 1%.
Oh. So it's 82%
yeah,
copper. What's
mostly, yeah, CU's copper. Nickel's got a little bit of nickel in it.
So after going through everything with that magical mystery machine, we had a pile of sterling, a pile of gold, and then a bag full of costume jewelry. He doesn't buy the costume jewelry. That stuff ends up going with me to a flea market to sell, because people still find value and buy costume jewelry. They love it. And that's what everything looks like. And this is the cash he gave me, $1,550. Pretty incredible. He makes money, I make money. He's buying it at a certain percentage of the melt value. And that's the bracelet there that I paid $1 for that gold bracelet at a church community sale this here. And I wasn't sure if it was real. I didn't know. And it was part of a larger lot. Anytime I go to this particular church sale, it's twice a year. I just buy all their jewelry. Sometimes I get lucky, and I certainly made a major score, $825 for that alone. And this cart full of stuff that I traded in, he gave me $150 for, so we did really good.
We're also going, and the second store we're going to is called the McKay's Books and Music and More, or something like that. If you're in the Southeast, you may have heard of it, but this is an amazing, it's insane in a good way. I don't know if it's really a thrift store per se, but they do a buy, sell, and trade program, and I'm going to bring a bunch of stuff to see how much cash they can put in my fancy pocket.
So this is McKay's in Chattanooga. They have 3 stores total, Tennessee, 2 in North Carolina. Highly recommend just checking out the experience that is McKay's, whether you're buying, selling, or trading. If you want to sell or trade, just check out their website to see what they do trade and buy from you. They don't buy everything. It's mostly games, media, electronics, some toys. I trade in a ton of toys. I have a lot of toys just that I wanted to experiment with. And basically you just bring it in these white buckets and you bring it up to the counter here. I'm just kind of showing you a little bit of what I brought in. I brought in a lot of good stuff, a lot of brand new stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how much credit they give me. I'm planning on taking cash for this, but basically you turn it in. And my number is 206, so then you wait for it to pop up on the screen and you shop through their store, and it's overwhelming. You could spend an entire open to close and not get through half of their stuff. It's really exciting as a reseller because there's so much potential. The prices are pretty high if you are a reseller, good if you're just shopping, but they also have this paranormal romance section, so you can actually see ghosts shopping for their paranormal romance books. It is a little expensive for trying to make a buck, but there's still some value if you're willing to search. But that's why I took the cash here, because it's very overwhelming. There's so much stuff, and this wasn't just an experiment. I don't live very close, so I just wanted the cash.
So we ended up with about $182 from McKay's, and then that's $1,700 from the other thrift store. So we went almost $2,000. And how much of it was really profit? It's hard to say, as obviously I have money in all the stuff that I traded in including the metal. So I would estimate I have maybe $500 to $600 worth of stuff that I traded in. So obviously profit margins are still really good if I'm making $1,300 to $1,400. Now, if I compare that to the cash I would have made at a flea market, I would estimate it would be pretty similar. Obviously not the metals, the metal stuff excluded. I'm talking about just the hard goods that were in this stuff. That's what she said. Probably made a little less selling it in bulk to these thrift stores than if I had sold these items at the flea market, but it's hard to say, and I'm not sure if the value of my time might actually be worth more doing it this way, as I have a lot less work to do when I just sell this stuff in bulk. And it did save me effort and time is the most valuable thing that we all have. So that was certainly a win. Plus, it was an epic, fun adventure to give a shot to. So consider that if you guys like what you saw in this video and you happen to be near McKay's, or I imagine there's a lot of McKay type stores around the US, so maybe give it a shot with some of your inventory, especially stuff that might have been sitting around for a long time. It might be worth just trading in, selling that stuff, getting rid of that stuff, and turning that money into new profits and in the form of new items to find out in the wild. Get out and get your hands dirty on those thrift store shelves, and we'll see you guys next time out in the wild.